Welcome to Basic Embedded Systems Training Programming. In this session, we will discuss about Keil C51 crash compiler. So we know that ANSYS C compiler generates fast, compact code for the 8051 and its derivatives. The advantages of C over assembly is do not need to know the microcontroller instruction set. Register allocation and addressing modes are handled by the compiler. Programming time is reduced. Code may be ported easily to other microcontrollers. It's not 100% portable, but almost all, 80 to 90%, it supports portable. And last one is C51 supports a number of C language extensions that have been added to support the 8051 microcontroller architecture. For example, data types, memory types, pointers, interrupts. And what is the major difference between C and assembly language? The first one is code efficiency can be defined by three factors. First one is how long does it take to write the code? Second point is what size is the code? That means how many bytes of code memory required. And third one, how fast does the code run? The first one is time, and second one is size, third one is execution speed, and fourth one. And next one is C is much quicker to write and easier to understand and debug than assembler. But whereas in assembler will normally produce faster and more compact code than C. So that is one is dependent on C compiler. A good knowledge of microcontroller architecture and addressing modes will allow a programmer to produce very efficient C code. C51 keywords. So it supports 80 keyword, bdata, bit, code, compact, data, for, idata, interrupt, large, pdata, sbit, sfr, sfr16, small, xdata, using. These are the additional keywords supported by C51. So here this plus symbols indicates that extension to ANSYS C. The first one is bit. It is not available on ANSYS C. So bit is number of bits is only one. So which can state either 0 or 1. So that is value range. Signed character 8 bits in terms of byte, 1 byte. Value range is minus 128 to plus 127. Unsigned character 8 bits, so 1 byte, 0 to 255 value range. Next one is enum, that is 8 bits or 16 bits supported, like 1 byte or 2 bytes supported. If it is 8 bits minus 128 to plus 127, or 2 bytes minus 32,768 to plus 32,767. Signed short, so this is 16 bits, 2 bytes from 0 to 65, 535 is supporting. Signed integer, 16 bits, 2 bytes, minus 32, 768 to plus 32, 767. That is the range, value range. Unsigned integer also same, 16 bits, 2 bytes, but value is unsigned, so that 0 to 65 535 support. Signed long, so 32-bit range, that is called as 4 bytes minus 2147483648 plus 2147483647. Unsigned long, same 32 bits, 4 bytes, ranges is 0 to 4294967295, the value range. Float, it is also 32-bit, 4 bytes, which supports plus or minus 1.175494E minus 38 to plus or minus 3.402823E plus 38. Next, S bit. Sign bit, it is 1 bit, 0 or 1 value. SFR, it is also special function register declaration, 8 bits, 1 byte, 0 to 255. SFR 16 also supported keyword, so that is 16 bits, 2 bytes, 0 to 65, 530. Here, whatever the plus symbols like bit, S bit, SFR, SFR 16, these are extension to ANSYS C program. C51 memory models. So C51 supports 3 memory models, that is small, compact, large. If you select small, all variables stored in internal data memory only. Be careful, stack is placed here too, so that you avoid, otherwise you initialize stack pointer before using that particular memory locations. Second one, generates the fastest, most efficient code, because all variables stored in internal data memory, so you can easily access. So that increases the speed. The default model for kill is small. So by default, small is selected. The next one is compact. All variables stored in one page. That is called as 256 bytes of external data memory, not internal data memory. So this external data memory can be accessed using move x at the rate of R0 or R1 or DPTR. So when compared to small, here slower than small model, faster than large model, because it is intermediate. Next one is large. Memory model is large. If you select memory model is large, all variables stored in external data memory, that is up to 64K kilobytes external memory. So that can be accessed using 64K with the help of MoveX at the rate of DPTR. DPTR is data pointer used to access 16-bit memory locations. MoveX, X indicates that external memory, and generates more code than small or compact models. So here you can see that in target window, this memory model, you can initialize either small or compact or large. Okay, and next one, C51 memory types. So previous we discussed that memory models, now it is memory types. Memory type extensions allow access to all 8051 memory types. First one is a variable may be assigned to a specific memory space. The memory type may be explicitly declared in a variable declaration. For example, syntax is a variable type, memory type, variable name. In C program, the only memory type is not supported, variable type is supported, and variable name is supported. Like integer A is supported. A is a variable and integer is a type of variable. But here it supports integer space data space x, that indicates x is a variable which type is integer, and that is memory type declaration is data type. This feature is not available on C program. In C program, memory variable declaration is possible, type of variable also possible. But here, in embedded C51 memory types. So variable declaration, in addition, this memory declaration also support. And second one, program memory. So one is code memory type up to 64 kilobytes. Next one is data memory. 8051 derivatives have up to 256 bytes of internal data memory. We know that. Lower 128 bytes can be directly or indirectly accessed because it is general purpose RAM. Upper 128 bytes shares the same address space as the SFR. We know that upper bank is reserved for special function registers and can only be indirectly addressed and can be extended to 64 kilobytes of shift with the help of EA bar or VA bar signal. Okay. And next one is code. Program memory. Code memory is also called as a program memory, internal or external. So here code memory declaration is like unsigned character because it is 8-bit architecture. The all register size or almost 8-bit registers only. So that instead of taking integer, you can take character. The size of character is 8-bit only, so that it is easy. So unsigned character space. It's a memory type is code, so that code variable is constant one. You can take any variable like A, B, C, D. You can take any variable, and variable value is here 0x55. We know that 0x indicates that hexadecimal representation in embedded C program. And one more example, that one is called as define a constant. Then how to define a string? So character, space, code, memory type is code, string 1 equal to hello. So that hello is in double quotations. So that is called as double quotations indicates that string. And next one is data. Data, how to declare data variables. Lower 120 bytes of internal data memory accessed by direct addressing mode. For example, that can variable can be declared as a unsigned integer, memory type is data, and variable is X. And iData, it is not available on C programs. iData, all 256 bytes of internal data memory you can access with the help of this iData, accessed by direct addressing. So that memory types code, code memory, data memory, iData memory. Next one is bit data. Bit data is called as a bit addressable area of internal data memory. We know that in 8051 microcontroller, first lower 128 bytes, some portion is reserved for bit addressable. That is from 20H to 2FF, 2FH. 16 bytes are reserved for bit addressable. Allows data types that can be accessed at the bit level. That is also one feature. Unsigned declaration is, otherwise usage of this one is unsigned character B data called as bit addressable data, like variable status. X data called as external data memory. Slower access than internal data memory because it is not available on internal, it is external, so that external access is always slow when compared to internal access. For example, unsigned character, X data, variable 1. So that these are the memory types. Program memory, data memory. So first one is code memory, second one is data memory, third one is iData, fourth one is bit addressable data, fifth one is external data. And next one is 8051 memory usage. So in a single chip 8051 application, data memory is available in small quantities. So that is 128 or 256 bytes on most 8051 derivatives. Always declare variable as the smallest possible data type because limited memory is available. Declare flags to be of type bit because flag is 1 bit. In that cases, you can select bit type, not byte type. Use characters instead of integers when a variable's magnitude can be stored as 8 bits because 8051 supports 8-bit architecture. So most of the operations are 8-bit only. So instead of initializing integers, you can take characters declaration. Use code memory to store constants and strings because you know that access of code memory is faster than data memory. For example, S bit input equal to port 1.0. So port 1.0 can be represented as a port 1 caps here. So here input is a variable. That variable is initialized with port 1.0. It is 1.0 only one pin, one IO line. So one IO line can be represented as a S bit, signed bit. So void main, we know that void is nothing but return type is null. Main program, start program, unsigned character status. So take here status is variable, character type with unsigned. So integer x, here we are taking x is the integer. For x equal to 0, x is less than or equal to 10, x plus plus. Whatever the status, port 1.0, that is read into status. This is one example. And programming branching. Most embedded programs need to make some decisions. Example, perform a certain task only if a switch input is high or low. And if-else statement is the most common method of coding a decision box of a flowchart. If you observe here in this decision box, port 1.0 equal to 1. That indicates that if the status of port 1.0 equal to 1, then task A is performed. If status of port 1.0 equal to 0, then task B is performed. So that can be implemented here. If port 1.0 equal to 1, then perform task 1 called as task A, else perform task B. Note that the brackets are only required if the if or else statement contains more than one line of code. If only one line is available, in that cases, no need these brackets. If it is more than one line, in that cases, you can use these brackets. Because by default, it performs one line. So for that one, no need to brackets. And next one is wait loops. In some applications, the program must wait until a certain condition is true before processing to the next program task. That is called as wait loop. For example, in a washing machine, wait for the water to heat before starting the wash cycle. In that case, need to wait for heat. Okay, so if you observe here, task A is there. After that, one decision box is used. If port 1.0 equal to 1, then perform task B. Otherwise, wait for this case. Here, assume that if water is cool, wait for heat. After heat, it will perform operation called a task B. A while statement is often used here. So, task A. While port 1.0 equal to 0, that indicates that will stay here while port 1.0 is low. Can also write as while port 1.0 equal to 0 with empty braces also. There is no difference between these two. One is semicolon, otherwise empty braces. And perform task. One is if, second one is wait loops. Third one is continuous loops. An embedded program never ends. It must contain a main loop that loops continuously. For example, a washing machine program continuously tests the switch inputs. For example, remote controller that continuously monitor the input functions. Is there any key pressed or not, key pressed or not? Continuously monitoring. So that almost all 99% embedded systems are in continuous loop only. So that's why we write programs continuous called as repeated. Sm main, sorry, sm again go to main. That continuation. The continuous loop is programmed using loop with no conditions. Continuous loop is programmed using a loop with no condition. This one also called as a super loops. So while one, if you write program with while one, so that indicates that always true. Whatever the embedded program that is written in while one. Okay. Next, for with forever. For with forever also called as a infinite loop, always true. So that embedded programs uses while one or for with forever. These two are called as a super loop. Always true. That whatever the embedded task, that task is written within this loop. And C bitwise operators, which supports bitwise operations, like not operation, which performs complement operation. Next, AND operation, which performs bitwise logical AND operation. We know that AND property, one, if both inputs are 1, 1, then automatically output equal to 1, otherwise output equal to 0. An OR operation, which performs OR operation. If any one of input equal to 1, then automatically output equal to 1. That is OR operation. Bitwise logical OR operations will support. Next, exclusive OR operation. We know that XOR operation, similar values, the output equal to 0, like 1, 1 output equal to 0, 0, 0 output equal to 0. Different values output equal to 10. So, AND operation, useful for clearing specific bits within a variable, called as, which is used to mask the bit. And OR operator, useful for setting individual bits within a variable, which is used to set bits. And XOR operation is useful for inverting individual bits within a variable. Yeah, one question. What is the value of variable X after the following code executes? unsigned character data type, data memory x equal to 21. After that, x equal to x, logical AND operation with 0xf0, and x equal to x, logical OR operation with 0x0. So that is one question. Let us see code to set the upper 4 bits of a character to 1100. These are the few questions. This can be implemented with the help of previous instructions. Next one is C logical operators. Bitwise operators will change certain bits within a variable. Logical operators produce a true or false answer. They are used for looping and branching conditions. Logical operators are AND, OR, equals, not equals, less than or equal, greater than or equal. These are the C logical operators. Next one is accessing port pins. How to access port pins? First one is writing to an entire port. Port 2 equal to 0x12. 0x indicates that hexadecimal value representation in C. 0x. So that equal to port is initialized with 1, 2 value. And port 2 is under operation with 0xf0. Port is OR operation with 0x03. Here, entire port is accessed. And how to read from a port? So for example, unsigned character data status. Status is a variable with unsigned character type, and memory declaration is data memory. So that status equal to port 1. Whatever the status of port 1, that is copied into status variable. Before reading from a port pin, always write 1 to the pin first, because 1 indicates that input ports, 0 indicates that output port. This is also one more example program to read from 8 switches connected to port 1. Status of the switches is written to 8 LEDs connected to port 2. Simply hash include register51.h. So that header file here, register51.h, that gives the complete information about 8051 microcontroller. And void main, unsigned character data status, variable to hold switch status. So always write continuous loop to read switches and display the status. Then continuous loops can be written with the help of while one or for with forever. Here I selected while one, so for loop. And whatever the port one status, that is readed into variable status. And that status pins, their status is loaded into port 2. Port 2 is connected. Assume that port 2 is connected to LEDs. Then automatically that value is port 1 value is displayed on LED. So this is way of writing embedded C programming. Accessing individual port pins. The previous slides we access entire port. Now accessing individual port pins. So writing to a port pin. Write a logic 1 to port 0 pin 1. Then how to write logic 1? Port 0.1 equal to 1. Directly you can specify that number, port 0.1. In a program using lot of individual port pins, it is better coding practice to name the pins according to their function. For example, port 0.1 is power LED. Assume that it is connected to the power LED. Then in these cases, you can represent S bit bit type, signed bit, power underscore LED variable with somewhat meaningful name equal to port 0.1 because we are using more number of pins so that you can create meaningful labels. Next, power LED equal to 1, then automatically port 0.1 equal to 1. Reading from your port pin. Turn on LED if switch is active. Turn on LED if switch is active. Assume that it is the task. Then switch input. Here S bit space is required. S bit space switch underscore input equal to port 2.0. Port 2.0 status is readed into switch. If switch input equal to 1, read the switch input. If switch input, so then 1 is loaded into power LED. Else LED equal to 0. If true, perform on operation, false, perform on operation. This is one more example. Program to flash an LED connected to port 2 pin 0 for every 0.2 seconds. Program to flash an LED connected to port 2.0 for every 0.2 seconds. And how to write program for this. The first one is hash include register51.h. That is the header file for 8051 microcontroller that will gives the complete information about 8051 microcontroller. And 2.0 is LED, so that give meaningful variable name like LED equal to 2.0. It is one bit. It is so that we can represent S bit, signed bit type declaration. Here everything is important because the microcontrollers contains very less internal memory so that you can utilize properly. Okay, next one, why delay? An automatically delay function will be called. Here you can write delay with the help of software, with the help of hardware. You can write either software delay or hardware delay. And next one is main program. While one indicates always embedded systems programs are written in while one. That is the best practice. Okay, while one is nothing but super low, always true. Then LED equal to 0. LED is off, then perform delay. And LED equal to on, then call delay. So on off continuously toggle for every 0.2 microseconds. Then you can write here delay for 0.2 seconds with the help of timers. And generating delays. Already we discussed that delays can be generated with the help of software or hardware delays out there. Software delays uses looping mechanisms in C or assembly. Does not use any microcontroller hardware resources. Ties up the CPU while delay is running. Delay produced depends on the compiler. No need any hardware resources. And next, hardware delays. Uses a microcontroller, timers. Uses very little CPU resources. Runs in background. Software delays can be performed with the help of for loop for I equal to 0, I is less than or equal to 100, I plus plus. In that case also, which increments, which perform loop 100 times. Hardware delays with the help of timers, you can create delays. Software delay. Use a for loop. Does not use any timer resources. Use CPU resources while running. That is, no other task can be performed during delay loop. Result in large amounts of machine code being generated. Results may be different from different compilers. So the following code results in a 204 microsecond delay for the 8051 operating of the 12 megahertz oscillator. For loops can be nested to produce longer delays. Wide delay. Start delay program. Unsigned character X. So X is a variable with unsigned character type called as 8 bits. For X equal to 0 or X equal to 100, here X equal to 100, I is greater than to 0, X minus minus. This program executes 100 times. So that delay, that creates some delay. That delay is varies, depends on system to system. So in this program, here it is software delay. Hardware delays. Use timer 0 or timer 1 in 8051 microcontroller. A very efficient mechanism of producing accurate delays. Timer mode, control and counter registers must be configured. Timer run bit is used to start or stop the timer, like TR0 or TR1. Timer 0 or timer 1. The timer flag can be polled to determine when required time delay has elapsed out. Using timer in interrupt mode uses very little CPU resources. So already we discussed that timers. So you can see timer nodes for more details. And next one is C51 functions. Can specify register bank used, memory model, function as a interrupt, reentrancy, here, if you observe here, return type, function name, arguments, model, reentrant, interrupt, using more number of options are supported here. Reentrant function. A reentrant function is a function that can be called while it is still running. For example, an interrupt occurs while the function is running and the service routine calls this same function. This skill compiler supports reentrant functions. Note that stack limitations. And next one is scope of variables. A variable defined within a function will default to an automatic variable. An automatic variable may be overlaid, that is, the linker may use the variable's memory space for a variable in another function call. This will cause the variable to lose its value between function calls. Second one, if you want a variable to maintain its value between function calls, declare it as a static variable. You know that syntax for static variable, static space, integer space, x. You know that static variables cannot be overlaid by the linker. Next one, variable, declare a variable as volatile if you want its value to be read each time it is used. Function parameter passing. Up to 3 arguments may be passed in registers. This improves system performance as no memory access are required. That is one. Second one, if no registers are available, fixed memory locations are used. These are the argument numbers 1, 2, 3. Function return values. Function return values are always passed in registers. Bit, like type is bit, then carry flag. Character, unsigned character, 1 byte pointer. In this case, you can use R7. Integer, unsigned integer, R6 and R7. MSB in R6, LSB in R7. Long, unsigned long, R4 to R7. MSB in R4, LSB in R7. Float, R6, R4 register to R7 registers, 32-bit IEEE format. Generic pointer, R1 to R3, total 4 registers. Memory type in R3, MSB in R2, LSB in R1. Interrupt functions. Interrupt vector number is provided in the function declaration. Like void timer 0 interrupt 1 using 2. Contents of A, B, DPTR and PSW are saved on stack when required. All working registers used in ISR are stored on the stack. If the using attribute is not used to specify a register, all registers are restored before executing the interrupt service. That interrupt vector table 00 is for reset starting point. 03H is external interrupt 0. 0BH is starting of timer or counter 0 interrupt. 13H is for interrupt to external interrupt 1. 1BH is for timer 1 or counter 1. 23H is serial port for transmission or receiving interrupt. Absolute variable location. The 8_80_ keyword is used to assign an absolute memory address to a variable. It is useful for accessing memory mapped peripherals or specific memory locations. Syntax. Type space, that is memory space, variable name _80_ For example, unsigned character memory space is X data, variable name is LCD _80_ 0x8000. Absolute variables may not be initialized. And C51 pointers. First one is generic pointers, same as ANSYS pointers. Same character, DTR, character declaration. Store using 3 bytes, can be used to access any memory space. Code generated executes more slowly than memory specific pointers. A memory specific pointers. Specify the memory area pointed to. Stored as 1 or 2 bytes, 1 for data or iData, 2 bytes for code or X data. Can also specify where pointer is stored. This is about C51 pointers.